My parents called me a loser and didn't invite me to Christmas. I said, okay. When my golden sister asked to pay for her studies, I shocked everyone with a statement. My sister Lauren was always the favorite. Honor roll every semester, captain of the volleyball team, prom queen, the whole package. My parents put her report cards on the fridge like they were Olympic medals. Meanwhile, I barely graduated high school with a 2.5 GPA and no plans for college. I wasn't dumb, I just didn't care about school the way Lauren did. My dad would introduce her as my daughter, the scholar, and me as just my son. After graduation, I started working at my uncle's construction company. Hard labor, early mornings, but the pay was decent and I was good with my hands. My parents acted like I was wasting my life. My mom would sigh at dinner and say things like, if only you'd applied yourself like your sister. Lauren went off to State University on a full ride scholarship. My parents threw her this huge going away party, invited like 50 people, had a cake with her face on it. When I moved into my own apartment at 19, nobody even helped me pack. I worked construction for 3 years, saved every dollar I could, and took online courses at night for project management. No one in my family knew about the classes because they never asked what I was doing. They just assumed I was still swinging a hammer with no ambitions. By the time I was 23, I'd gotten my contractor's license and started my own small renovation business. Started with bathroom remodels and kitchen updates. Nothing fancy, but I was my own boss and the work kept coming in. Lauren graduated college and got accepted into this fancy graduate program across the country. My parents were so proud they wouldn't shut up about it. Every phone call was Lauren this, Lauren that. I'd call my mom to tell her about landing a big commercial contract and she'd say, that's nice, honey, before changing the subject back to Lauren's thesis paper. Last November, I got a call from my dad asking what my plans were for Christmas. I said I'd probably drive down like always. He got quiet for a second, then said, actually, we're keeping it small this year. Just immediate family. I laughed and said, I am immediate family. He cleared his throat and explained that Lauren was bringing her boyfriend home to meet everyone and they wanted it to be special. Didn't want any distractions or negativity. I knew exactly what he meant by negativity. Me, the loser son who embarrassed them. I just said okay and hung up. Didn't argue, didn't get mad, just accepted it. Spent Christmas alone in my apartment eating Chinese food and watching football. My phone stayed silent all day. No Merry Christmas text, no phone call, nothing. But honestly, I was fine. I'd stopped needing their approval a long time ago. Then in February, my phone rang at 7 in the morning. It was Lauren. We barely talked anymore, so I knew something was up. She was crying, saying her graduate program was way more expensive than she'd thought. Her scholarship only covered tuition, not living expenses or books. She'd burned through her savings and maxed out 2 credit cards. She needed $15,000 to finish her final semester or she'd have to drop out. She'd already asked mom and dad, but they'd co-signed loans for her undergrad and couldn't take on more debt. She was calling me because I was her last option. I let her finish her whole pitch, listened to her cry about how hard she'd worked and how unfair it was. Then I asked her one simple question. Why would I help you? She went silent, started stuttering about family sticking together and how she'd pay me back eventually. I reminded her about Christmas, how dad specifically said I wasn't immediate family, how none of them called or texted me on the actual day. She tried to apologize, said that wasn't her decision. I told her she sat at that Christmas dinner and didn't say a single word defending me. She had my number the whole time and chose not to reach out. Here's the thing, I said. I have the $15,000. My business is doing really well. I could write you a check right now. But you and mom and dad spent my entire life treating me like I was worthless. Now you need the loser's money. Lauren was full on sobbing now, begging me to reconsider. I told her I'd think about it and hung up. An hour later, my mom called screaming about how selfish and cruel I was being. How could I let my sister's dreams die over some petty grudge? I asked her if she remembered not inviting me to Christmas. She said that was different. I told her it really wasn't. Lauren ended up taking a semester off to work and save money. My parents still barely talk to me, but I don't feel bad about it. You can't treat someone like trash for 23 years then expect them to be your bank when it's convenient.